Hello and welcome to another edition of Iconic Cars, and today I've got a car here which I see is going to be a future classic. Now, many manufacturers over the years have they like a little name to a car, whether it be a gear or whether it be the E-Type, but one manufacturer has really kept a brand name within their brand for many years, and that's the Mercedes Benz SL. SL stands for Sport Elite, but the SL was born in 1952, but it was originally born as a racing car. In 1954, the American importer Max Hoffman suggested to Mercedes-Benz that they should make a street version of the 300 SL. As he was a wealthy enthusiast and a very proud owner of Mercedes, the luxury car section in America was really booming at that time. Over the decades, there have been many incarnations of the SL, from the 300 to a 190 to a 230, 250, and so on. And you've seen the SL on the silver screen for many years and on regular weekly TV shows like Dallas. However, the one major inconvenience with the SL until 2001's introduction of the R230 was the fact that the roof had to be taken off manually, and that was always a major inconvenience. So then in 2001, when they introduced the R230, not only was it drastically different in its shape, where it was far more curvaceous, far more aerodynamic, but it had an electric retractable metal roof, which then went from being just a metal roof to actually having a glass roof, which then gave it the panoramic roof, which was giving you that outside feel but with the roof up. But at the same time, it was very cleverly placed that it still gave you enough space in the boot for a very large suitcase, or maybe two smaller suitcases. So it meant going away without having to worry about where you're putting your roof was just all taken away. Even though the R230 came in different engine sizes throughout the range, their flagship was actually the 55 AMG. They did make a V12, but very few people ever bought that. But the car that really was the top of the range was this 55 AMG. It came with these unique vet wheels, it came with a lovely front spoiler, it came with these lovely scallops in the side with the V8 compressor written down the edges of it. It had Napa seats inside which were ventilated and heated. It also had many other driver aids on the car. The SL55 had these beautifully crafted vet style wheels. On the front we had 18-inch and on the rear we had 19s. There was a lot of attention to detail with the 55s and with this particular range, even to a very beautiful little aerial on the rear of the car. Sitting inside the SL55 AMG, with the sound of the soundtrack of this engine, you actually feel like you're a fighter pilot. But you don't have to drive the car like a fighter pilot, that's for sure. But it's a very comfortable environment. We've got an electric steering column. Even though it's automatic and this is sort of sequential gearbox cars, you have a Tiptronic mode, so you can either use up and down if you wanted to drive it manually, but actually there's no real point. But they have these lovely little bits on the steering wheel where they have a plus and a minus button, very small but little metal indents on the steering wheel, just so that you know where to press to change up and where to press to change down. However, the car, the layout, everything with Mercedes here is really functional. We've got a beautiful binnacle here, which is shaped a bit like what is inside the compressors, and this is covered in Alcantara, complemented with the aluminium insets on the car, which are beautiful. This car is keyless, so that you can start with the push of a button and you can stop with the push of a button. Very easy to use, very easy to drive. Into gear, and let's
Hi, I'm Warren Beckwith. If you enjoy my videos, please click the link below and subscribe.
The SL55 is literally a real barnstormer, a car that you would cruise along the autobahns. I mean, listen to that. You actually sit here and you'd think yourself as a fighter pilot, but you can't act like that on the road. But it's a very, very, very sure-footed car. Great on the brakes, great on the suspension, easy to turn in, and very easy to add the power. The SL55 really is a proper Grand Tourer. What really helps it is that at the push of a button you can retract the roof and you've got a convertible. Sadly, today is not the nicest of days to enjoy this car in the sunshine. It's a very dark and overcast day today, and it definitely is too cold. And I think this version of the SL, the first of the retractable roof cars, is in some ways a prettier car with the rounded headlights at the front. And even though you get a great sound out of the SL63, the sound of this SL55 AMG compressor is superb. Some people ask, why have a car with such big performance? It's when you're joining the motorway and you need to just get out into the next lane. You've got the power to be able to get past and get yourself in that position. Set the cruise control running, and it's that simple. This is a car that can just really eat miles. But it's a car that will also last a very long time. Fantastic build quality. Fantastic German engineering. And overall, fantastic looks. And as I said in the beginning, the SL, which stands for Sport Elite, is a brand name that has stayed with Mercedes Benz since 1952. And that says a lot for where Mercedes still today, whom are introducing a brand new SL. That just says to you how popular the SL has been and how popular it always will be. purely enjoyable. And when you open up that the amount of torque there from that 500 horsepower engine just puts a smile on your face every time you open up the throttle. Love it. Absolutely love it. So if you're looking for a Grand Tourer classic to put away, I say the SL55 AMG is definitely a car that's well worth putting away. It will never look out of place. It is well refined. It will always make people smile, but most of all, it will make you smile. And you can buy one of these for under £20,000. So where's the depreciation? Probably little, but the truth of the matter is, you're more likely going to have appreciation over the next 10 to 15 years. Find a good one with a good service history, and you'll have a car that will make you smile from ear to ear. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please click the link below and subscribe.